The devil is a twerp. He is the scum on the bottom of my shoe. He will literally have you wrapped up in a hot pocket of offense so quick, but it will be so quick. It, I mean, before you can say, fix it, Jesus, you will be upset. You will be mad. You will be pissed off. And I'm just here to tell you, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it because that is a trick. That is a ploy. That is a way for him to keep you distracted so that you are not focused on the right thing. Let me tell you what happened. Let me tell you what happened. And two things, there's two morals of the story here. One, do not go into your day not prayed up because every time the Lord is so good because he does not let me go into my day without being armored up. Go into your day with the full armor of God because he knows exactly what I'm going to face. And every time it never fails. When I do that, I'm prepared. So start your day with the Lord. Number two. So on this channel, you know that amongst other things that I talk about servant leadership. And so just want to tell you. So last night I was listening to a prophetic voice and she was talking about how in the church in 2026, those like the people who are operating in these different auxiliaries, like pastors, prophets, bishops, deacons, all kinds of folks, all these different people working in these different positions are going to fall. The servant leaders are going to fall, quote unquote. And my eyes got huge because I'm like, what? But then I was like, you know what? She was talking about those people who are operating, who are in the servant leadership, but are not doing the right thing, who are basically calling themselves servant leaders, but are, obviously doing these egregious things, who are doing what, saying one thing, doing what, or saying one thing and doing another. And you know what? If those kind of leaders are operating in these ministries and they're not doing the right thing, they need to be exposed. They need to come down. So I went to bed. I didn't think anything of it. And you know what? If those kind of leaders, they need to come down. They absolutely need to come down. And that just lets me know that we need to be building more servant leaders, the right kind of servant leaders, the kind of servant leaders who are after the Lord's heart. Because if folks are coming down, we need new ones to replace them. Right. So that's what I was thinking. So I went to bed. Then I get up this morning, log on, and one of the people that I work with, and I hold him in high regard, really close coworker. We have a great working relationship, and he was talking about, he saw somebody on LinkedIn, and they had under their profile servant leader, and he kind of went into a spiel about, oh, what is this servant leader kind of stuff, and just had kind of a tone about it. And so I was like, what? And again, I was like, are you serious? Like, here we are again talking about servant leadership. And he was talking about how he didn't know what servant leaders are. He's like, how can somebody have this under their profile? And you've got a limited amount of space and you should put terms that people know. And I found that feeling in me starting to like almost be embarrassed because I'm like, I know on my platform, I talk about servant leadership. And then I stopped and I was like, first and foremost, I don't think he listens to my YouTube channel. So how can he know that I speak about servant leadership? One, so I am not going to take that offense. Two, if he does not know what servant leadership is, that tells me that there's other people who do not know what servant leadership is. So that lets me know that there is a market. There is a need for people to understand what servant leadership is. So instead of taking an offense, this is an opportunity And this lets me know that I'm on the right track. And also, this lets me know that the devil is going to attack the things that you are holding close to you, the things that you are working on, the things that you're working towards, the things that are in your heart. He is going to attack them in hopes that you will cower down, that you'll retreat, because don't think for 2 seconds that I didn't want to. I didn't feel that sense of like, oh my gosh, maybe I'm doing something wrong. Like, oh my gosh, maybe they know that I'm doing this, and maybe they think that I'm like crazy in some type of way. And I was just like, no, stop, stop. We're not doing that. We're not taking the offense. We're not taking the offense. I was watching a creator yesterday, and he was talking about, and I think he was saying this in his own way. He was talking about how he was at the gym, and you know he saw somebody looking at him, and he knows when somebody is looking at him, and he knows when somebody's like sizing him up. And he said he saw somebody looking at him, and he got that feeling like somebody was sizing him up. And so he found himself kind of getting that feeling like getting riled up. And then he said he stopped. And he's been on his own journey with reading the Bible. I'm not going to say he's been on a faith journey or anything like that. He's just been reading the Bible and just getting more of an understanding about who Jesus is. And so he said he stopped. And instead of him, allowing himself to kind of go there, he took himself out of the equation. And once he took himself out of the equation, basically not allow himself to get offended by this person sizing him up and looking at him, giving him these weird and rude looks. He just realized that this person was just looking weird because he's just giving weird looks. And that's exactly what I decided to do today. I'm not going to take the offense. I don't know if they know what I'm doing. And even if they do, it doesn't matter because I will not take the offense. In this season, and I am no longer taking the offense because that's where the devil wants you. He wants you in the hot pocket of offense. So then you are focused on the wrong thing. So then you're mad, you're upset, you're disillusioned, you're hard to get along with, you're holding grudges that nobody knows you've got. And then you're not working on the things that you should be working on, or you're too embarrassed to keep showing up because now you feel like an idiot because you feel like maybe people don't believe in you. This is not what it's about. It's not what it's about. It's about you showing up. And when these things start to happen, and when you start to feel that opposition, because it's not coming from anybody else, it's coming from the enemy, you need to understand that that is an indication that you need to press forward, that is an indication that you need to keep pushing forward, that is your confirmation that you're on the right track. Because that feeling, I was like, oh Lord, oh Lord. There would have been a version of Tiffany who would have cowered down and be like, oh no, like I feel small. I feel like I'm doing the wrong thing. Like people think that this is stupid. People are going to think that this is stupid. But no, this lets me know that if some of the people who are closest to me do not know what a servant leader is, this is important. This is how I choose to see this opportunity, that this is important. And that leaders after God's own heart, it's important to raise these people up because you know what? What's been going on in the church, and I'm not trying to get churchy. What's been going on in the church, you don't even have to have two eyes to see. If you got one ear, know what's going on, and it's atrocious. And a lot of things need to happen in the church. But you know what? With the coming down of the people who have been abusing their offices that the Lord has blessed them to have, There are people that need to be ready to move in who are true leaders. And I want to be the type of person, I want to be the type of leader who is speaking about servant leadership, and not just servant leadership on a secular level, but the type of servant leader that is after Jesus's own heart. And so I just wanted to bring that to you. I know it was a little fiery, but when I saw that today, I was like, ooh, ooh, Lord. But thank you, Jesus, because I definitely felt that ping of offense. But we're not doing that in this season. We're not going to do that in this season. If they're not talking directly to you, you don't see it. You don't see it. You don't hear it. You keep pressing towards the mark of the high call. So I'm just going to leave that there, and we're going to keep doing this together. We're going to keep showing up together. Have a good rest of your day, and we're going to talk soon. Bye bye.